I don't care. I'm buying a house next year. I don't care. I don't care that if I don't have the money and I'm having to use down payment assistance. I don't care if I have to pay the money back when I have to sell the house. I am buying a house next year and I am not renewing my lease. I am getting a house for my daughters, for my family, for the betterment of finances. Who is paying rent for all these years and not seeing a return? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not participating in being a renter anymore. I understand it's a lot of hard work being a homeowner, but I'm ready to take on that responsibility. It's a lot harder facing homelessness and not having a place to live and thinking about, oh, my landlord could just kick me out whenever he wants to, whenever he feels like moving his own family in. That actually happened to me before, and I will be if that happens again. So yes, I am buying a house next year. I don't give a if I have to wipe out all of my 401k. I am getting the out of here.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A lot of people are feeling like this young lady, and I get it. Most people make the decision to get into a home because of a life event. She's experienced some challenging circumstances. I can only imagine what that feels like. And so she's made up her mind. This year is the year that she's going to buy. Hi, my name is Robert. And on this channel, we simplify the home loan process. You might even want to share this with a friend. You'll really find information that is going to be beneficial to you. Now, this next young lady is going to give you her opinion on if you should or shouldn't buy. Remember, that's a personal decision. Check her out and see if you can glean anything from her and her experience to help you as you make your decision.
Y'all, buying a house was the dumbest, smartest thing I ever did. Yeah, the dumbest, smartest thing I ever did. Smart because it's an investment. It's an asset. Duh, buying a house, that's a big deal. Dumb because the responsibilities of having a house, owning a house in today's world where we don't get paid nearly as much as we should, and the rise and cost of everything, dumb. And doing this by yourself? Dumb. Honestly, I did not see this coming in 2020. Really, I just wanted more space for me and my son at the time. And the amount of money I was making, it made sense to do it. But if I were you, I would think like, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times about purchasing a home anytime soon. I just seen a post where they said the poverty line should be at $140,000 a year. So basically, majority of us are in poverty, living in poverty. This isn't just a one size fits all type of case, because clearly there are people who are making millions and they can afford to do a lot more things that people who are not. So I'm just speaking for the average person living here in America. Think a lot of times before you go and purchase a home. Let me know, because I can go into more detail about my struggles that I'm having.
Okay, so she said a lot, and I agree with most of it. Some of it I don't agree with. Let's start with the latter. So the poverty line is not $140,000, and that's not average. You guys got to do your own research, but depending on where you live, for a single person, the average median single income is maybe $48,000 a year, maybe 50. If you're making $140,000, you should be able to afford a modest home. Second thing that she said that I want to address that I do agree with, she said it was during the pandemic and she needed some more space. We really need to evaluate all of this space that we think we need, because more space, more money, more lights, more gas, more electricity, more upkeep. When you're getting onto the property ladder, I really believe, depending on where you are, but let's say you're in the middle of the country where you could still find very nice homes, albeit older, for under $200,000. Heck, even between $120,000 and $200,000. But you need to really understand the square footage and assign it to maintenance. Use this calculation, 14 cents per square foot. And so if you can't put those monies to the side for upkeep and maintenance, then you can't afford that home. Last thing I'll say, and she didn't really say, but I heard it with my seasoned ears. If you are in a career or a job where your income is not keeping up with inflation, you're not getting these 2-3% increases in your wages, you really have to consider if home ownership is for you, or do you have the ability to make monies in another capacity? Maybe you get into the home and you start a small business, because this is what a lot of people are experiencing. All of us are experiencing is inflation. The dollar's purchasing power is not what it used to be. Because of that, and tariffs and all the other stuff that's going on, your dollar doesn't go as far. So back when she purchased, things were a little different. Folks felt like, hey, I have more money and I could buy more stuff. This is one of the effects of inflation. So consider all those things. And if after that you're still in a good position, then you should be able to move forward and be successful. The next thing I think you should really understand is how interest rates work. The bond market, bonds. If you want to understand money, you have to understand bonds. And simply put, the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell now, the chair, when he gets out and speaks, it affects the market because of the sentiment. When the Fed lowers the Fed funds rate, that's the cost that institutional banks, when they go to the overnight window to borrow money, saying, hey, we don't have enough money in our bank to deal with all of the transactions, we have to borrow those funds. That's the shortest end of the curve. That's why it affects student loans, credit cards, auto loans, things of that nature, shorter term rates. It's more in line with that opposed to mortgage rates. And the measuring stick for mortgage rates is the 10-year treasury. And why? Because most people don't have these loans for 30 years anymore. When should you buy? Not when interest rates are a certain number, although you take that into account, but that's number 4 on the list. Do you know where you're going to be living? Is your income secure as much as you think it is? Are you going to be getting raises on a regular basis that keeps up with inflation? Am I buying too much home? Can I save the maintenance cost? Remember, 14 cents per square foot. Do I have money left over after closing? Because life is going to happen, and we already know things are up. The wealth game is this. You have to be in assets, and a home is an asset to deal with inflation and to build wealth. Hopefully, this information will help you determine if this year is the year for you to buy. And if not, now you are further along in your understanding, knowing what you should be preparing for if that's something that you want to do in the future. If I could be of assistance to you in that process, I would love to have a conversation. My contact information is in the description of this video. Oh, and by the way, I am a lender. My NMLS license number is 180100. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. Watch these next 2 videos. It will help you on your home ownership journey. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.